This is Will.
This is Alex.
Welcome back to another episode of They Mostly Come Out of Me.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
I hope you're ready for this one. Before we get into anything, let's get the fun stuff out of the way. Okay, let's do this first because this is nice and positive and helps the community and everything.
This is our ask of you.
It's not bleak at all and not hopeless and just awful. We please go subscribe, like, comment, do all that fun stuff. We do recommendations every 5 episodes, which this one is.
This is one of those.
We took a trip into the future and we watched a genre that we don't usually watch. So listen, if you give it a good enough reason, we will do it. We will review
something that's not in our genre.
Not in our genre, something that's in the future. We will get to it. And this is proof that we will do this.
This is proof that if you give us something completely out of left field.
This is our first time doing it.
Yeah.
And
but one of you was the groundbreaker, so to speak.
What a gut punch. But
one of you was like, I'm going to do it.
Yeah, I'm going to traumatize. They Mostly Come Out at Night. Let's do that. Fun times.
All right. So.
Listen. Okay, let's get that out of the way.
First of all. You know the episode, you see the title, you may have seen the social media post. I'm going to say it right now. You should go watch this movie.
We're going to talk about it. I don't know.
We will get in depth.
I don't know how long this review is going to be.
Because it's very different from everything we watched.
It's a lot of talking. It's a lot of dialogue. I'm not going to be able to remember every bit of dialogue.
Because
I remember, I wrote down certain things, obviously, but I'm not going to remember every single bit of dialogue from this. So, like, I will give you a very brief play-by-play and, whatever. Please go watch this movie before. I think this is a very, very underrated, I cannot believe people have not heard of this movie.
Like this, this is
an extremely well done, extremely good indie movie.
Yes.
Please go watch this movie.
This is one of those movies, when I was first really getting into cinema.
I don't even think we'll riff on it, to be honest.
No.
There's going to be no riffing. I'm sorry if this is like a boring episode for people, but I mean, it's not a funny movie, and so we're not going to do funny jokes.
This is one of those movies that is like when I was getting really into movies first, you go down that rabbit hole of like 90s independent cinema.
Yeah.
And just where it's just the creativity is just like brimming off the screen. And
right.
It's just
and the early 90s, they were doing that a lot.
Yeah, but it's just like no resources. It's just getting by with the bare minimum of resources, but they have something to say.
Yes.
Something to say.
And I towards the end, I'll go into what I think this movie is trying to say, and I have a lot of thoughts about it. What I like about these kind of movies is a lot of the times they're more ambiguous. So it's more about what you take away from the movie and how it makes you feel, which
I love.
Is what a movie is supposed to do as an art form.
Yeah,
it is supposed to make you feel things, and it's supposed to make you question things.
And this movie, it lays. I mean, there is a great line near the end where it's this like reporter and this like psychologist. They're talking, and she's like, "Do you have everything you need?" He's like, "No." She's like, "Okay, well, what are you gonna do?" "I'll try to connect the dots," and that's pretty much kind of sums it up.
Yeah, well, and she even asked like, "Will it be the truth?" And he said, "Well, I have a bit of the truth, and I'll just fill in the blanks."
I'll fill in the blanks.
And this is a psychologist and talking to a reporter, and she's like, "I wish I had that luxury. Like, your job must be so easy."
He's like, "Yeah, me too."
It's like very cynical, right? And it's like, that's also true. It's crazy
because that's what they do. You
Yeah.
have all this stuff, and it's like they dole all this information out to you, and it's just you just have to sit on it.
So,
And I love that.
if you haven't seen the social media posts and have listened to us ramble about how you should watch this movie beforehand and how it's a really good piece of art cinema,
Yes.
like, this is like, when you think like art house, this is the kind of movie you're thinking of.
This movie, I mean, this literally, we
So-
ranted about Sundance.
Yeah, so well done. And
This premiered there.
yeah,
Won awards.
this is a very artistic piece of film, and I sometimes say film and like it, I mean movie or whatever.
Movie.
I think this is just an art piece.
Yes.
It's a very interesting art piece. It's almost like it almost plays off. It's kind of funny because it's based on a play. The movie's fun.
Yes.
Fun. That's what it is. If you haven't seen the social media posts, it's Fun from 1994.
Yes, it's based on...
It's based on a play.
which was based on a true murder case. And the thing that really is insane about this movie is I've seen this director's other movies.
This is absolutely insane. This guy's history is...
This guy has made some absolute dog shit movies.
This guy is as mental as Bonnie in this movie.
He has made some dog shit movies, like horrible comedies. And for some reason...
Well, they're like sex comedies, which is weird.
Yeah.
It's so weird knowing that he went on to direct like some shit sex comedies and then seeing
those
Fun.
Before and after this.
Like, I don't know what like broke his brain just for a minute to make this movie.
But at some point he made this...
Well, because I was saying this before, and it's kind of like a cynical take, but like for a movie called Fun, there's extremely little fun
For us in
this
the
movie.
audience, yeah.
Like, I say that, but it's just because it's such a bleak, just really good, well made, like I wouldn't even call it a thriller. It's more of a drama.
Oh yeah.
It's just so well made, and like you're just so fascinated by like what's
you're
going
just
on,
locked in.
and the characters, and like what's happening, and like what they're talking about. That you're just like you're locked in the entire time. It's so well done. The acting is so good.
Yeah,
the chemistry between Bonnie and what's her name?
I got you.
It's Bonnie and Hillary. Is so good. It is so good.
Yeah, that's really the thing is if the acting between those two was not as good, it would have like sunk it. But man, you like there's a point when you're watching this and it doesn't even feel like I'm watching two actresses.
No, not
It
at
just
all.
feels like they got a camera and just recorded like the conversations of these two misfits, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it feels like at some point. And then you're just locked in. The whole movie, we were just sitting here like just enthralled with this thing. And yeah, the camera work, it has that really gritty indie kind of camera work.
Yeah.
Where it's very handheld. It's not flashy, but it's really effective. There's a lot of really because 90% of the movie is just dialogue. And they do a really good job of filming all the dialogue scenes. The camera's moving around. They're just letting these actors just go.
Right.
I don't know. I had a feeling this was going to be good. Had a feeling.
I know it's not like very high rated, which is interesting to me. I know a lot of people dog on this movie a lot. They say it's like kind of boring and like... But I don't know. I disagree. Maybe it's just because we've watched so much brain rot that like...
I mean, if you go into this expecting like... I don't know, something action-packed or whatever.
I mean, it's not even... It's described as like a thriller crime, but like it's not even really a thriller. There's not anything like... even shock... Like, I mean, it's like shocking, but like it's not... anything that's gonna make you like wet your pants or anything. Like,
No.
it's not like you're sitting there on the edge of your seat.
It's like an indie drama.
It's almost like a character study
Oh, yeah.
of these two, girls.
Yeah.
And I say girls because one of them is 15 and one of them is like 13, 14.
Mm-hmm.
It's never confirmed because they never tell you. They're young.
Yes.
They're very, very
They're still
young.
in high school.
I mean, even like potentially Bonnie's even in middle school.
Yeah.
So it's like, they're very extremely young.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like, I know people hate on this movie. I loved it though. I thought it was great. I thought it was a really good watch. I thought everything was so well done. Let's kind of go over, I guess, what it's about. So they don't really give you a lot in the beginning. So what we'll do is, I think we should go chronological, just so we can kind of like get up to what is happening. So it starts black and white, completely black and white. You're at a juvenile detention center. Stuff's going crazy. There's a reporter getting there. This is our reporter character. He works for, I think it's called Tomorrow
Magazine.
because they couldn't call it Today.
Because they're known for being kind of...
They're kind of like a shock journal, right? Like they write a lot of like fluff pieces and shock journals. And the on-duty psychiatrist is like, I don't know why you're here.
Yeah.
Because there's this big story blowing up, right?
Something happened.
Something happened, and it's like big news, and like everyone wants to know about it.
And he's got...
So Tomorrow has got the lead on it, and
Yeah.
he wants to interview both the girls that were involved in this crime.
Whatever it was. And
Right. We don't know what it is at the moment, but he wants to talk to both of them. He wants to talk to them and see kind of what happened. And she disagrees with it, but she, is told that she needs to do it, so she sets him up an office, and they just start talking with the girls.
Well, you get this... So the scenes set in like... It's like the aftermath
Right.
of whatever happened are black and white.
And then the scenes with like Hillary and Bonnie just together, because every time they're together, it's in full color.
Yes.
And it's all of the events that they did take place on one day.
Yes, it's all one day.
It is one day of just fun.
And the first scene of them together is they're in a bedroom, and they're just kind of talking. They're just hanging out. Hillary like writes a lot of poetry. Bonnie kind of like compliments her on her poetry. She kind of mentions some stuff about like her dad, but you don't quite know where this fits in yet, because they're just going to bed is what they're doing. So you don't really know where this fits in yet. But they're going to bed, and so far you don't know that anything's happened.
And I love what they do, because it turns out this is like the end of that day.
This is the end of the day.
This is the very end of that day that they were like, and already the chemistry is off the charts.
Yeah.
Like it's they're friends. They're just talking like normal friends do, right? And you have no idea like what they're like alluding to, because they were saying something about how, I think it's in one's, I don't know if it's this scene, but they were saying, oh, when they find her, it's gonna be like, and you just think they're kind of joking around.
Yeah.
You have no idea like what they're actually
So
talking about.
It's later, but they're in the bedroom.
Yeah.
But in this one, they're going to bed. They're just kind of like, they haven't mentioned anything like crazy, but they're just kind of being very friendly, and you can tell.
They're like excited about something, right? They're still on a high about something that they did, right?
Yeah.
Because it's the end of the night, and they're like, something has happened that they got them all like super riled up and excited, right? Because they're all like, getting ready for bed and like cuddling up in bed, and this is where also you notice the undertones of like a queer drama going on.
Undertones.
Yeah, not even undertones. Yeah, it's like kind of like beating you over that.
Yeah.
Not in a bad way, but it is.
It's there.
There's very much a tension between the two leads.
But here's the thing. Again, there's no confirmation of anything, right?
No, they're just extremely close.
You get the the sleaze reporter is like
And there is
pushing it hard.
Well, there is a lot of talk about love and like
they love each other.
Because the therapist is like, what about love? Because there is one point where she's talking to Bonnie, and Bonnie's like, well, I want to have fun. I always want to have fun. I never want to stop having fun because, when you're that age and you're naive, that's all you're thinking about.
Oh yeah.
Like, just high after high after high after high. You don't understand, like
consequences.
Huge consequences to like your actions.
Yeah.
Because again, like brain development, you're not there yet, right? You still think you have it all figured out, and all you're doing is trying to get serotonin to your fucking brain.
Mm-hmm. Over the course of a wild day.
Yeah, and so she's like, well, what about love? Like, people fall in love all the time. Like, love is to have fun, right? Like,
She's like, at the point, the end point of everything.
Well, because she correlates everything to fun. Like,
Yeah.
everyone's just trying to have fun. Like, you go to work because you want to have fun. You don't want to, like, you support people, and, like, why can't that be fun? And, and if you're not having fun, why are you doing it?
Why are you alive?
Yeah, exactly. So, that... which comes into play later. And so it's so good because like they're talking about this, and then there's like the flashback scenes where it's kind of like revealing more and more, right?
Yeah, and then like, I mean, there's, I guess we're just going all over the place, whatever. But
well, like chronological, like I mean, it's hard to stay chronological because it's just talking, right?
Yeah.
So it's like we'll stick to the main story beats, but like. Because, I mean, through the course of talking, they start, the reporter mentions that he's going to try and get them together again. And that sparks something in both of them, right? Because that gets Hillary talking, and that gets Bonnie talking more openly about what's going on.
Mm-hmm. Whereas the psychiatrist is like, no, like, you cannot have them together. They have to be separate, because if you get them together, it's just... It's not good.
Right.
It's clearly not good.
Well,
and the reporter's willing to, like, you reveal later, but he's willing to lie about having a daughter.
Well, that comes kind of into play of, like, the ambiguity of everything, too, because there is a pivotal point where you don't know if he's lying to her or not, right? Like, you have no idea if he's actually lying to her or not, because he's known to lie to get the report he needs.
Because he's got to, he wants to get his... tabloid.
It's such a great scene because you like it's kind of convincing on both ways, like, right? Like, are you like gonna believe the reporter, or are you gonna believe like Bonnie, who's been known to be kind of just excited about everything,
but at the end of the day,
and like an unreliable witness
to the character, it ends up not mattering because she says like, well, even if Bonnie did lie to me,
right,
she only did it because she cared, like she loves me, basically.
Exactly.
So she lied to protect me.
Well, and I also think it's interesting that they do the therapist is basically on Bonnie's side, right? Because she believes that Bonnie was manipulated by, Natalie to do Hillary to do this stuff, right?
Yeah, because she's
like convinced that like Hillary was the mastermind and like wanted to commit whatever. We're not going to reveal the murder, the thing yet, but like
because Hillary's more controlled, I guess.
Yeah.
She's more kind of, I guess, aware of things, whereas Bonnie is just like, she's very manic.
Well, and there's that great scene where like, we finally get a flashback, right? Where, because they've been talking about, like, the reporter's trying to get, like, out of, Hillary, like, how they met, right? Like, how did you meet? Like, what? And she's like, it was like opening a door.
Yeah.
And opening a door and like that only like Bonnie could open.
Yeah.
And so Bonnie's like the only one that understands her. And so it flashes back to them meeting on like the roadside where
Hillary's
trying to hitchhike.
No, Bonnie's trying to hitchhike.
No, Bonnie's trying to hitchhike, yeah. And Hillary just comes up.
She's just ditching class.
Well, and they start talking, and then they trauma bond.
Immediately.
Because they talk about like horrific like circumstances at home, and how, the dad is like some horrible dad that does some very extremely evil things to Hillary.
And Bonnie starts talking about her brother
yeah,
doing things to her.
right.
and they kind of bond over that.
So they bond over that, and then they decide that they're just going to have a full day where they just do whatever they want.
Yeah, because they kind of keep coming back to this, but, you know, they do not want to be like those fucked up normal people.
Right.
Because their parents and their whatever the fuck in their life, like, those are supposed to be the normal people, right?
Right, and like, no one's happy, no one's having fun, and so, like, their whole idea is just to, like, do whatever the fuck they want, but make sure that if they're doing it, it's, like, something they really want to do. And so, we don't get to see what they're going to do at first, but we do, like, through the course of the movie. And there's always, like, those multiple scenes of, like, you know, them screaming each other's names and, like, trying to get each other's attention because, you know, even though they only spent a day together, they're, like, extremely codependent.
Yeah, they're like separated in the prison, and they're
extremely codependent on each other, just because of, like, again, it's like a trauma bond, right? Like an intense trauma bond, and it's very believable,
and especially, you know, that they committed some horrible act together.
And we also see that because Bonnie starts getting some PTSD from it, which is insane that they, like, how they show it.
Yeah, she's, like, washing her hands in a sink, and it flashes to, like, a sink filled with blood.
Yes.
And it's kind of interesting because they show, like, aftermaths of what they did. Like, there's a scene where them coming back to their room, like their bedroom, one of their homes, and that's when they talk about, like, oh, when they find that old woman, like, what are they going to do? What are they going to say? And they're just on this high, and they start talking about, like, oh, we can kill more people. We can kill more people, and they still don't show you what happened. But they reveal to you that they killed somebody. And it's the same thing when the psychologist is trying to get more info out of Bonnie, and she just, like, we just did it for fun.
Yeah,
like, how much more do you want me to say?
Because the therapist is like, well, like, there had to be a reason you did it.
Yeah,
like, people don't just kill people for no reason.
Yeah,
and she's like, well, it was just fun. Like, we did it for fun.
Yeah,
and it's like, it's shocking how, like, senseless, like, it's not horrific in the way of, like, you know, the murder's, like, super ultra violent, and they don't do all. But it's fancy stuff. It's just so casual. Senseless. Yeah. It's so casual and so, like, easy when you get to it that it is kind of horrific.
Because even when they're washing, because you see them going to this gas station.
Yeah, they don't show the murder until, like, way later. And so, yeah, they're washing because she sees, like, she's in the prison and she's washing her hands and she sees blood in the sink. You see, like, full color blood in the sink. And she, like, you can tell she's, like, very traumatized by it, but trying to hide it behind all this, like, energy and, like, you know, just, you know, naivety, right? So, because they're in, like, a juvenile detention, so there's a bunch of other girls around her, and, like, everyone thinks she's crazy because she, like, is sporadic and, like, manic, just very all over the place. And so, so when they have that gas station scene where, you know, she has blood on her hands and she's asking for, like, the bathroom key, and they go in the bathroom, and Hillary starts washing Bonnie's hair and washing the blood out of it, and they're just kind of, like, laughing. Well, and, like, even Bonnie's like, well, my hair's already red. I guess it can't get any redder.
How much more red can it get?
Yeah.
And it's just they're just hiding evidence. Like, they don't really. And there's also that great part where they're in their bedroom talking about, like, who else they can kill.
Right. Well, and again, it's
and Bonnie's like, oh, I know. There's that one girl, and she's like, she's got the hots for my boyfriend, and so he's like, come on, like, you can't give him a motive. Like, what's wrong with you?
Right. Like, don't kill anyone you know. Yeah. Right. We have to make it random.
Yeah.
Because we can't be connected to anything.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's just very, like, it is, like, psychotic, but you also, like, have this understanding that they are literally kids. They are teenagers, right?
Deeply fucked up.
Extremely fucked up teenagers, right?
Yeah.
Like, cause, like, I mean, it's very rare that teenagers, like, go out and, like, fucking murder people, but
like, their background and
but the naivety, right? Like, the naivety of thinking that all this is going to be okay, and, like, they can just do this because, you know, fuck normal people, basically.
Yeah, well, there's that great scene where Hillary's talking to the psychologist,
This is probably my favorite scene in the movie.
and she's just like describing like like her fucked up background, and then she kind of like implies that the psychologist, she had to have had a normal background,
Yeah.
and everything's got to be normal. And the psychologist just like goes down like the list of like how like my parents abused me,
Right.
I ran away from home, I committed crime, and then I decided like no, I can't do this, like I want to help people. And she's like keeps going like, well, I bet you're married now. She's like, yeah. What is your husband do? He's like, I don't know, I haven't seen him in years.
Yeah.
Well, would you have kids? She's like, yeah. Well, how are they? Like, I don't know, I haven't seen them in years either.
Well, and again, it's like that. That's why I love that scene so much, is because like, Hillary thinks she has everything figured out, right?
Yeah.
Like it's like,
As you do when you're a teenager.
it's all
Yeah.
figured out. Like nothing matters. I was just doing it because like fuck the status
Because I had a
quo.
fucked up childhood,
Yeah.
and I'm
fucking angry about it. Fuck everything, right? And then you realize that like other people have crosses to bear too. Like other people have been through all trauma as well.
Yeah.
Right. And so it's just such a great scene because they kind of start to connect there.
Yeah.
They don't connect during the rest of the movie, but they do connect there because she even like gives
she
her like
kind
a
of
neck
leaves.
massage.
She basically leaves her Hillary like speechless.
Right,
like
because
her-
Hillary doesn't know how to respond to an adult going through that trauma as
Yeah.
well, because she's kind of in her own personal bubble
Yeah.
where it was just her and Bonnie.
Yeah.
And I also do love that scene when when Hillary's talking to the reporter later on,
Mm-hmm.
and she's like, I think that my dad like was a werewolf.
Oh yeah.
Because he was a werewolf,
What happens in movies when a werewolf bites you?
When a werewolf curses you, you become a werewolf. So I think my dad cursed me with being a werewolf.
Yeah.
And it's a great like super naive like childish way
How a child would like
of like
yeah.
describing how trauma like just
Yeah.
gets passed down through generation to generation. And it's such a great scene. I don't know. Like maybe I am reading it too much into this movie, but I think it's fucking like great. I think that's why I think it's like more artistic than anything else. And I know a lot of people don't like this movie. It has like a mid review, but I don't know. I think it's great.
To be fair, this movie does have like a 90% on Rotten Tomatoes. So
Yeah, I think I was just looking at like a Metacritic score, and it was like kind of more like in the middle for Metacritic, which is kind of crazy, but
I think people, to be fair,
yeah,
are just stupid.
yeah. Well, and like they're here because they want. It's like about a murder, right?
Oh,
so
it's gonna be.
They want like shock value and all this stuff, and maybe that's part of it, because you don't get a lot of shock value. It's just people talking. And it's a lot of talking. There is the murder scene, obviously, but it's done very quickly.
Yeah.
And before we get to that, I do also love that scene of like, when you're like in your childhood and it feels like the days just like fucking fly by.
Oh
like,
yeah,
they
when you're
just like fucking
having
like
a blast.
they just fucking zoom by
Yeah.
you don't even like pay attention to the time, and it just flies by. There's a perfect scene they do where they are they're fucking with people at an arcade and like in
they go
different
through, like,
convenience
everything.
stores
They,
and stuff like that.
They like ride around in a shopping cart.
Yeah, and then like
they go to like a.
they go like harass people at
They wear like put on sunglasses and they steal makeup, and they smoke cigarettes, and it's just like you're just going
right, and they're at the arcade, but every single shot is completely sped up.
Yeah.
Right, it's like 2 times speed.
They go to a clothing store and they fuck around with the mannequins and like the cutouts, and they go to the arcade.
And they get kicked out of like a record store, and but again, it's sped up. Everything is sped up because I'm guessing what they were trying to do is like show how time flies when you're having fun, to
And
use the
you're
cliche
just-
phrase, because you're not paying attention to anything. You're just fucking having a fucking ball.
Yeah.
Right. And like time just goes way too fast. Which is interesting what they do during the murder scene, because there's slow-mo in the murder scene.
Yeah, it's like the one bit where
It's the
almost like,
only part of the movie they use slow-mo.
It's
So you
almost
can,
like-
and that other scene is the only part of the movie where they use a sped up shot.
Yeah.
So you can't tell me that wasn't on
Yeah.
purpose, right? Like,
Well, there's also that great scene, and again, it's like you don't really know if he's lying to her or not. He could be, maybe not. But the reporter's talking to Hillary, and he's kind of like, Bonnie lied to you. Like she told you she got raped by her brother. No, she's still a virgin.
but, well, and he was like, well, have you not seen the reports? She's a virgin, and she didn't even have a brother.
Yeah, and it's like maybe he's truthful, maybe not.
Well, you have no idea, because, like, he is known to lie to
Yeah.
get something, like, a rise out of her, which this does, right?
Yeah.
But then, because she's convinced that, like, okay, nothing can make me hate Bonnie anyway, like, so why are you saying this?
If she did lie, she had good reason.
But it's great, because she does all this, and you think she's, like, so secure in her and Bonnie's, like, relationship, right? And then there's that great scene at the library, where you can tell she's thinking about something, and she writes a note to Bonnie that says liar ?
Yeah.
So you know he got into her head,
Uh-huh.
because she's still a teenager. She's like, obviously she's gonna like put up a front of like, oh, I don't care, like whatever and everything. But you still want to know, as being a teenager, like, did you lie about that? Right? Like, are you a liar?
Yeah.
Like,
and it gets a rise out of Bonnie, and it's almost like seeing Bonnie freak out in the library almost like reinforces to her that like, oh, she must actually be like telling the truth.
but you could also take away the fact that she had the reaction because she was lying.
Yeah.
So it's like, it kind of leaves it up to you.
Yeah.
It never confirms whether she was lying or not. Like, you don't see a piece of paper that says, like...
Yes.
It's not like one of those things where it's like, like the gotcha moment where it's like, oh, she never had a brother and she fucking did this. It's like, it never says it.
Yeah.
You just have to take the reporter's word for it.
It's you either accept that she lied and just trauma bonded because she was so desperate for friendship.
And again, maybe we're reading too much into it. I don't know. Maybe you're just supposed to take it at face value, but I don't think so.
No, because they never confirm it.
Yeah. I think in a normal movie, like in a not like if this was like a Hollywood movie,
Mainstream, yeah,
you would see like the reporter like have that scene with this like the therapist be like, "Did you know that she never even had a brother, and she's a virgin?" It's like it would be like that, like the like shock moment.
Yeah,
which also I do want to.
That's also the same scene where he's kind of like, because he even mentions it to this psychologist, like, well. They say they're in love.
Right.
Do you think they're lesbians?
Yeah.
And she's just like, oh, come on. Like, you can't be serious. And he keeps pushing Hillary to, like, try to fess up.
Well, because he's a shock journalist.
Yeah, because he's like, you did this murder, and then you went back to your room, right? You said you slept together, right? She's like, yeah. Did you like, was it physical? Like, you just desperately trying to get something.
Well, she won't give him a straight answer.
Yeah. Because she just says, like, yeah, we loved each other.
Well, because also, like, there's those multiple things of, like, how the therapist is like, what, they get a rise out of you? Like, what, are you getting all, like, hot and bothered by these two teenagers?
She says that, like,
these two teenagers.
Hillary's she's manipulating him. She's telling him what he wants to hear. But he's trying to get that angle. Which
is crazy, because it's like, that whole thing of like crime of passion and like, and there has to be a reason that they killed this woman.
Well, for him especially, it's like he's trying to sell papers.
Well, and back in the 90s, like something like like a lesbian couple, a teenage lesbian couple killing people would be extremely shocking.
Tabloid content.
Extremely shocking. And I'm sure a tabloid would lie about that. And it also, like, because that kind of goes, even at the end, it goes into, like, tabloids lying about a lot of stuff. Like, this fascination lately with, like, true crime and all this stuff, right? It's like, a lot of people don't look into a lot of these, like, these murders and, like, what actually happened. So, like, you're just taking these tabloids or these podcasters or like whatever at face value.
Yeah,
you're not doing the research yourself,
and it's like
you're just hoping that the person you're listening to or what the article you're reading did the research they needed to, but you have no idea.
Something like this where it's like There is no answer.
No. And I don't know. I haven't read the actual like case, but I don't know if there was either.
I saw it was literally this. They ditched school.
It was one day, and they did actually murder someone.
And it came from a diary journal entry one of them made of like, we killed somebody, we had fun. Like, that's all. And it's like there's no easy answer. The answer you do have is literally that. Why? Because it was fun. But there's that part of people that wants more. Like, oh, it's got to be because they had a fucked up childhood. It's got to be because they were in love. It's got to be this.
Right. Like, people want a reason.
Yeah, they want
why something happened. They don't...
Deeper.
It's harder to accept that something was, like, completely senseless, right? It's harder to accept that people murder for no reason. That is really hard to wrap... Like, that is hard for, like, a quote-unquote normal person to wrap their brain around.
Yeah.
Like, that someone could just kill an elderly woman just... out of like just for no fucking reason, just because like opportunity struck.
Yeah,
that is crazy. That almost never happens. There's usually always a motive,
money or something.
Yeah, there's some motivation,
and even then, there's like the money is there.
Well, again, money, passion, like something like that. And they did technically, because like I guess we'll talk about the murder scene. They're like going around doorbell ditching everyone and like calling them bitches and like saying they have tiny wieners and shit like that. And
what would a teenager say? Yeah.
And so
and then they're like,
hey, let's just get away, you and me. Let's just go.
Yeah.
Like go and never look back.
Like yeah.
And they're like, okay, well we need money. Like
okay, let's get some money.
It's like, okay, let's go in somewhere and we'll get the money. And like the plan wasn't even they were gonna kill her at first, right? It just opportunity,
and they don't even get money.
They don't even get money because they run away after they kill her. And the scene isn't like really. I mean, it's shocking because it's this like nice elderly woman that's just going to bingo
out of nowhere,
living her life, right? And out of nowhere, Bonnie just starts looking for weapons. Yeah, and she holds up a knife, and the older woman starts like begging for her life, and I don't know if this was in the report, but it does show Hillary pushing the older woman into
because she's like holding her, and then Hillary like encourages Bonnie to like because Bonnie's like you're gonna die, but not acting at all. Yeah. And then Hillary is like, yeah, you're gonna die, and like do it.
Pushes the old woman into the knife, and that triggers Bonnie to just start like just mercilessly stabbing. And that's the one scene where you get slow-mo, and it's almost like Hillary having a moment of. It's kind of like everything crashing down, right? Yeah. Like all the fun they've been having this entire day is just crashing down in this one moment. Like the fun is completely over at this point. Like there's no more fun being had. Like now it's serious. And they do go back like because it shows them going back to the house and like talking about like murdering the woman, having fun and stuff like that, but like this is going to impact the rest of their fucking lives. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what the slow-mo is trying to show at that point. There's also that great scene of it's after the reporters, he's got his bullshit story. Yeah. And he's leaving. And there's like that scene of them going to bed. And Bonnie's just like, like in a way I felt bad. Yeah. About that woman. Well, and she's like, I still liked what I did, but I feel bad that she, what is going to happen when her daughter finds her like that. I feel bad about her daughter who just wanted to go to bingo with her and like, I don't know, but I still liked it. I still liked what I did. And then Hillary's like, no, you're proud. Yeah. Like, you're proud of what you did. And then well, and like, again, it does show like Hillary, I wouldn't blame people for thinking that Hillary was manipulating Bonnie. Because there is some of that in there, right? But there's also Bonnie. In that final moment of like slight cognizance, Hillary's kind of like, no, you're proud. You're proud of what you did. Yeah. She's like, yeah, I am. Yeah. So it's like, it does show it shows Bonnie being kind of aloof and kind of like for lack of a better word, crazy, but it also shows Hillary being kind of manipulative, so that goes into that ambiguity. So it's like you can kind of like, you know, think about what you will, right? I think it was a multitude of reasons, obviously, and I think there was like multiple things you could say about each character in this movie and like what their motivations were and why they did what they did. But you just don't know. There's no confirming it, right? Like it's just kind of guesswork at this point.
It just gives
you become essentially the reporter, where you're kind of filling in the blanks, right?
There's also that. I also love how the way that they set up the murder is, Bonnie's like talking to the reporter, and she manages to escape.
Yeah,
and she runs off. And she finally meets up with Hillary again.
Yeah, and they embrace and they hug. They
embrace, and then that like goes into the full crime scene.
Yes.
And that's it. Because basically what's happening is Hillary's being moved to another prison. And...
Well, and then you see like a total tone shift in Bonnie.
Well, they even set it up for you because earlier in the movie they're hanging out on like a freeway overpass. And they're throwing shit at cars, and they're kind of talking about like, well, you know, when I was up there, like I had that feeling of wanting to jump.
Yeah,
I bet that would be fun. It'd be fun for like 2 seconds before you splat to the ground.
Well, and like Hillary is like the kind of the more practical one, where she's like, that wouldn't be fun. Like, you know, like that would be horrible. Yeah. Like, you know. You'd have fun for like 2 seconds, and then you would like be like dust on the ground, basically. And you can tell Bonnie's like kind of more into it, and Hillary's not, right? So you can kind of get like kind of a look into their psyche, because like Bonnie does like after they're separated, Bonnie like stops being so like hyperactive and everything, and just lays in her bed. And you're like, okay, like, I don't know. Like,
and then there's that scene of her going out to like a balcony.
Yeah. Well, there's no more fun for Bonnie to have, right? So, because, you know, Hillary's being taken somewhere else. And yeah, she goes up to the balcony and just like raises her arms up, and it's playing this like orchestral.
You kind of know where they're going with this.
Operatic, symphony, and it doesn't show her jumping or anything, but the next scene is her in the hospital bed, and
covered in bandages.
Yeah, and she's just like looking up, and like she, you know, you don't see anything else but that. And the reporter is talking to Hillary on the phone, right?
And he's like telling her like, I don't know, like if you've heard, but Bonnie, she was in a coma for over a week.
Yeah,
and now she's gone.
Yeah, she didn't make it.
She's dead.
And
he's like, "Do you have a comment?"
Well, yeah, it's super weird because it's like he can't help himself, right?
He has
it's
to,
like it's like a compulsion, right? Because he's like, "Do you have a statement?"
He's like, "Do you have a comment? Do you have anything to say?" She's like,
"No comment."
No comment.
And she hangs up the phone.
Yeah.
And then she goes to the yard of the new place, right? And
it's still in black and white.
Still in black and white. She picks up a basketball and like throws it in the air into the sun, and then it comes back down in its full color, right?
Yeah. Because there's no more Bonnie.
Yep.
It's just like it's like a reset almost.
Yeah. I also do wonder if like the black and white was more like this is kind of cut and dry of like how adults think the situation is going, of like it's like it is black and white, like this murder is bad and this is like your punishment for that, like that is black and white, and the color is more of like the ambiguity, like kind of more of like, well, like, you know, did their nurture and like how they were raised kind of like create that kind of monster, like the werewolf, as so to speak, right? And so like that's in full color, so you're not getting like just black and white, right? Like there is reasons why.
I almost thought it was, well, the obvious one is for us dummies in the audience to separate the.
Well, I mean that's like clearly why they did it, but I wonder if there's a more the other one in-depth message behind it.
Both of the girls are happier together.
Right.
So the world is colorful now because
Right.
they're together.
Yeah. And it's just dull and kind of gray
But when
and
they're
black
separate,
and white.
yeah, it's just like dull, black and white. Like it's the world of the normies.
Right.
So
I
to
guess in
speak.
that way, like when they like embraced, why didn't it turn color in that sense?
Well, it did. Not right away, but it does immediately turn to the...
Yeah, it turned to the murder,
Yeah.
right? But yeah, so she just goes to the wall, and like nothing else happens, right?
That's it.
Like that's the movie.
Yeah.
It just ends like that.
Mhm.
She's just alone again,
Yeah,
and against the wall,
that's it.
right? But she, from her character development, we know that she's not willing to like take her own life, right?
Yeah.
Bonnie was, but she's not. And because Bonnie talked about it like more like fascinatingly than Hillary did. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, I don't know. It's a very like, you could probably pick apart this entire movie and like
There's
just,
a lot to sit on.
there's a lot to like unpack and everything, and I may even do like a rewatch knowing what happens now and see if like you can go more in depth on like the characters and their motivations and why they're doing what they're doing, and seeing if there's more signs from like the reporter being a bad actor, because and also it is cool how the only information we get that he's a sleazebag is that he lied about his daughter, and that she said that the therapist said that it was like some like schlocky news journal. We don't see any of the articles from it. We don't get to see like the headlines from it. We have no idea what kind of articles they do write. We're just putting that together ourselves. You just assume.
And he was very adamant on like trying to pursue like, oh, they're lovers.
Right.
They're actually lovers.
Right, because he does do some sleazy stuff in there, right? And and so you're not sure if you should trust him or not.
Yeah.
Throughout the whole like movie.
Even though like in a way it's like, I don't know, it's like you get a little piece of everyone's inner psychology.
That's why I like it. You can just take away from what you want, right? Like you can just form your own opinion on it.
Because he reveals things about the girls. They reveal things about him. They all reveal things about the psychologist.
Alex, much like a news article, you're filling in a lot of the blanks yourself.
Like a movie.
Like a movie. Or like, like real life.
Yeah.
Where you don't know the full story.
Hey, that's why you watch these.
When you're like listening to a true crime podcast, you don't know the podcasters. No. You have no idea what their life is. You have no idea like what kind of research they did. You have no idea if they're fluffing some stuff up. Mm-hmm. Like murders get blown out of proportion all the time.
Oh yeah.
Like all the time. You want to talk about pop culture right now, like,
and this is like
the Ed Gein story. Like there's like people just went fucking wild with that story.
And this is just like a one and done thing, and there's probably never gonna be a fucking easy explanation. You
know what I love about like this episode and this movie particularly is like this is what these kind of movies. This is why I love them. They make you think. They make you like really get down to like, they make you have discussions with people and like make you like really just like talk about like how this movie made people feel and how like how it made you feel and how it made me feel, and you can just like really kind of like take away your own identity from it. Like you can like be like, oh, well, like I was kind of on the reporter side, and then your friend would be like, I don't know if I was, because this, and this. And then you can just kind of have your own reasons for why each of you thought the way you did, and it's great to have like that discussion, and it makes you think, and it makes you feel things, and it's great. And this is why movies are important, and this is why these kind of movies are important, because they make you really just sit down and think. Like, not every movie has to do this, obviously, and I know this is obvious, but... because sometimes you just want a fun, dumb...
Sometimes you just want to sit and
like
veg.
stupid veg out movie where you can just like turn your brain off. But
you need things like this.
You need brain on movies like this where, it makes you really think about things for a minute, right? And it I don't know. It just, I wish I had watched this movie when I was going down that like rabbit hole of like watching all those like avant-garde, like, independent film, avenues where it's just a lot of movies like this that make you think about things.
There's no easy answers,
right?
But you're in it because like it is it is down and dirty, the bare essentials of filmmaking,
right?
Dialogue, like acting, directing. There's no extras. It's just they are trying to tell a story,
right?
That's all. That's it.
I guess if like normies could say like Requiem for a Dream or something like that, like a movie that makes you like really think about things, right? It's bleak, it's realistic, it's gritty, it's dirty,
has a vision,
but like people actually go through this shit, and so it's like it makes you think about that kind of stuff, right? Because it makes you think about like kids murdered someone, and they came from fucked up households. How would that make you feel? Yeah. That's what the whole movie is. It's just that's what it is. It
forces you to look at this like
like it's not just cut and dry. It's not just black and white, right? It's not black and white. Yeah. I don't know. I fucking loved it. It was it wasn't fun, but fun. It was a very, very good movie. Yeah, excellent movie.
I would go so far as to say I think this movie is an absolute masterpiece. I think there's a reason that this won awards at Sundance.
I think it deserves those awards. I think it is like criminally not talked about.
Like, yeah, this is.
I cannot believe this is the first time I've ever heard about this movie.
Same.
It's actually a real shame.
Yeah.
That this doesn't get brought up more in like, films that are like really well done,
kind of like
and like
slipped through the cracks of time.
It really did. It's definitely like a completely hidden gem of a movie. And I would honestly say, even if you stuck through the review, thank you first of all. Appreciate it. I know this has been kind of a interesting episode. Not a lot of like funny haha jokes or anything. But that's because, like, I don't think this is the kind of movie where you do that, right? Like, this, it would feel wrong if we were doing a bunch of jokes. It would feel...
Obviously, if we watched this movie and it was a horrible, terrible, bad movie.
Yeah, it would be ripping it to shreds, but, like, it's not, right? So I think it deserves the credit, and I think it deserves the kind of discussion we've been having. Because that's probably what was intended with the play... and the movie and all that stuff. Like, you're supposed to have a discussion about it. And you're supposed to enjoy it for the art piece that it is. Which is crazy saying that from this director. Seriously, go look up his fucking filmography. It is fucking insane.
The cinematographer for this did the cinematography for Witchcraft.
Yeah.
Which is one of the biggest
if you can believe that
pickle movies we've recently watched.
Which is crazy because the camera work in that was not great.
It was dog shit.
It was fucking horrible.
Dog shit. And then
he must have fucking learned something because my God.
They were, I don't know, man. Everyone involved with
crazy.
This was on that good shit.
When they really did. And it's such like lightning in a bottle because then you look at everything else they did and it's like, I mean, notably the person who played Bonnie, I can't remember her name, but she was in a lot of stuff.
Yes,
she's like kind of a background actor, but she's very good.
The actress who played Hillary was in she was in a bunch of Kevin Smith movies later after this. So it's like it's like lightning in a bottle. Like everyone just came together and was like, "Hey, we're gonna make this excellent piece of art, and then we're not gonna do that ever again." It's like they just all came together. This is where I will kind of I will make fun of like the fact that like literally they never did anything like this ever again. Yeah, the goon who made this literally just did dick, penis, boober movies.
It's like their fucking brain just broke right after this movie was
before made. This movie, he did like boober movies, and then after he did more boober movies, and it's just like, I mean, like mad respect to that, because that's crazy.
I mean, interesting. You gotta respect the hustle, I guess.
I respect the fact that like for one movie he just turned off his lizard brain and was like, you know what? Let's do it.
You know, I can respect that. I don't know.
And then he went back to doing what he loves.
Yep.
Boobers and butts. Good for you, buddy.
Would have been better if he started making more movies like this, but, you know.
Yeah, there's that part of you that's like, man, like, what a shame.
So much potential.
Like, man. Ooh, like, there's shit directors we've had who, like, I can't imagine. Like, if you force them at gunpoint, be like, make a real movie. Could they do it?
It'd be interesting to see what they came up with if they like were like, "Hey, we're gonna get you studio backing and actors."
This didn't even have that.
No, I know. Well, no,
It's crazy.
But what I'm saying is they did this. They did this and then went back to like doing bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, imagine if like you have a full career of just all bullshit, and then they're like, "Hey, like we're gonna let you make a movie, whatever you want to make, right? Like you could like just make whatever you want to make."
Yeah.
Make the best possible movie you can make. Here's unlimited money and whatever actors you need.
Yeah.
It'd be fucking fascinating to see what like Al Adamson does, right? Like
He would still fuck it up.
he would fuck it up. But like this guy, for some reason, was like, "Hey, I'm gonna make a bunch of bullshit movies, and then one really fucking good movie with no one that anyone recognizes."
Yeah.
And just come together, lightning in a bottle, just fucking release this shit. No one's going to talk about it, but it's going to be a great indie movie. And then I'm going to go back to doing bullshit. It's so fucking weird. It's so weird. He like stopped for one moment and was just like, he like touched grass and he was like, okay, let's make a really good, like just a fucking really good thinker art piece movie that wins a bunch of awards, and then fucking sex comedies afterwards.
And look, we have a connection here, because our theme song is from some Canadian boys.
It is.
And this film,
Corpus Earthling. If you don't listen to them, you don't like music.
this is a Canadian movie. Our director's Canadian. Like, if you look this movie up, it is a 100% Canadian movie. The only thing is they did film it in the U.S.
Right.
But this is another Canadian banger.
It is. Thank you from our boys up north.
Another Canadian Jimmy Jam, made by a guy who made god-awful Canadian sex comedies.
You know what's crazy? Okay, here. I looked this up.
Mm-hmm.
This is how crazy this is. So,
Yes.
I looked at this guy's filmography.
All over the place.
Yeah. So, I looked up the movie he did before Fun, and the movie he did after Fun.
Uh-huh.
So, the movie he did just before Fun was called Jailbait.
Oh, I wonder what that's about.
It doesn't have a synopsis anywhere.
Great.
And it's really fucking hard to find.
Amazing.
And then literally after Fun, he directed Last Resort.
Oh,
Sam and Dave are living the boring life until they're beckoned to Sam's uncle's island.
Babes.
Yeah. When they get there, they are compelled by beautiful women and a dastardly enemy of the island. After accidentally convincing Sam's uncle to sign away rights to his island, they must somehow fix the problem.
Bro,
then he directed 2 episodes of the Highlander TV series. So, like,
Here's what he wants, Will.
I just don't know.
He's a fucking Renaissance man.
It is fascinating.
He's a fucking
like
weird.
His filmography should be studied.
That's insane.
It is fucking insane. I don't know. Like, go watch Fun. Like, what can I say about it? That, like, I mean, I don't see a lot of reviews for this movie, so.
Don't worry, they'll add one more from us.
I think it's great. I think it's just an excellent, well-made movie. Thank you for suggesting it. Mm-hmm. It's not one we would have normally watched, but I'm glad we did.
Yeah, because now I know.
Holy shit. What a fucking awesome movie. It deserves to be seen. Please go see it. Please go rent it. Support it. Like, just do anything you can to watch this one.
Yes. Support indie cinema.
Support art house indie cinema.
Support your
Please.
local struggling Canadian sex comedy filmmakers. Okay.
Well, we don't know if he's struggling or not. I mean, he directed 2 episodes of the Highlander TV series, so maybe he's well off.
He could be rolling in cash. I don't know.
He's probably not rolling in it, but he probably is, a little while off. But anyway,
good for him.
Go support fun. Go just watch this one. You don't have to watch his other filmography. I'm sure it's shit. I
don't know.
Unless you want to watch, and unless you need a reprieve, maybe go watch those.
Go watch The Last Resort.
The Last Resort right after. Do a double feature. Fun and Last Resort. Tell me how that goes.
Yeah, I'm sure the whiplash will probably fucking break your back.
I don't even think we should do Shitty to Pretty on this one. It's just know? I don't think it needs that. We loved it.
Yeah,
it's just
this is a masterpiece.
It's such a good fucking movie. It's a masterpiece. You need to go watch it. And that's really all I have to say.
Yeah.
So please go watch Fun. Mm-hmm. Please support Corpus Earthling, our brothers from the north.
Our brothers.
Please, and please continue supporting our podcast. It would really bring us some joy. We appreciate everyone for listening. We appreciate those recommendations.
Yes.
And we love you all.
Yes.
And for They Mostly Come Out at Night, this has been Will.
This has been Alex.
And we will talk to you all later.
Bye.
Go watch Fun.
Go watch Fun.
Now.
Do it now.
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 Now.